Day 86 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, guys, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem. You know how we do. Hope you guys are still motivated, and I hope you guys are still disciplined, guys. And I hope you guys don't feel any burnout because we're just getting started, and we're here to push each other to keep going and keep learning so we can actually grow and gain some knowledge over time from the things and the videos that we're doing daily, guys. These daily goals that we're doing these daily LeetCode problems, those are going to compound into a whole bunch of knowledge if we do it every day for however long, X amount of days. At the end of X amount of days, we will have our knowledge will have compounded and it will all be worth it, guys. So just stay motivated and stay disciplined and keep going because we're just getting started and it's fun, have some fun with it, guys. But before we get started on this video, don't forget, bring your mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, guys. Then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, guys. Then after you smash that like button, I need all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section. I need you to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we could run this engagement up and we could get this Swift information to a broader audience and we could help grow this Swift community as a whole and get more people interested in Swift, guys. Right now, the Taylor Swift, those Swifties are doing good. They're doing fantastic, guys. And we're trying to get the iOS Swift community up there with the Taylor Swift community. We're all Swifties. We're all Swifties in our own little way. And we have to do our part in growing the iOS Swift programming language community so we could grow it and help it bring Swift to a broad audience. Now, with that being said, let's see what question we have here today. And today we have question number 435, non-overlapping intervals. The difficulty level is medium, but you guys already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible because we're all trying to learn here. And we got to keep it learning friendly so we all actually know and understand what it is that we're coding. So let's see what the question says. It says, given an array of intervals where intervals I equals the start and the end points, return the minimum number of intervals you need to remove to make the rest of the intervals non-overlapping. So let's look at example 1 so we can see what they mean. First, let me just give you an example of what these overlapping intervals would look like. So say this is the start point, then we come over here, this is the end point 2, right? Then we come right here, we have the 2, that's the start point. We come over here, that's 3. Then we come over here, had the start point. That start point for here is going to be, come over here, it's going to be 3. Then we're going to come over here, it's going to be 4. But then say we start right here, right? Say the next interval starts right here, 1. Then it comes all the way over here to 3. This interval is overlapping these intervals right here, right? So we want to remove all the overlapping intervals. So when we look at the first example, we have the intervals, the array of integers. We have the 1, 2, then we have 2, 3, then we have 3, 4, and then we have 1, 3, like shown up here, right? But you see, so the output is we have to remove one interval. So so that the rest of the intervals are non-overlapping. And right here it says, in the explanation, it says the 1, 3 interval can be removed and the rest of the intervals are non-overlapping. So we come back over here and we look at this picture we have right here, you'll notice that this 1 and 3 is overlapping all of these intervals, right? But say we delete it, right? So boom, we delete it. Now there are no overlapping intervals and all is right with the world and the code that we've written. So that's like a visual representation of what we're trying to do. So let's continue with the examples. I'm gonna leave that up there so you can look at it while we go over the other examples. But so in example 2, we have intervals. The input intervals 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. In this case, we need to remove 2 intervals, and the explanation says you need to remove 2 1, 2s to make the rest of the intervals non-overlapping. So when you look at these, they're all the same intervals, which means they all are overlapping each other, which means we just have to remove both or two of them, so that nothing's being overlapped. This 1, 2 could sit by itself and not have to worry about being overlapped by any other interval. So let's look at intervals. At example 3, we have intervals 1, 2, and 2, 3. The output is 0. The explanation is you don't need to remove any of the intervals since they're already non-overlapping, right? So they're already non-overlapping. That would be this. That's like this right here. Boom, boom. So this is the example we're working with in example 3, and as you see, they're not overlapping. If they have the same edge case, that does not count. That's not considered as overlapping. So this would be an example of example 3, and as you see, we don't have to remove any intervals to keep from overlapping. So now that we understand what the question is asking, let's start the fun part and actually get into the code. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to create a guard statement. We're going to say guard intervals dot count is greater than 1, else we're going to return 0, because if there's only one interval, then there's no intervals that can overlap, and that means we could return 0 because we do not have to remove any intervals. Remember, we're returning the count of intervals that need to be removed, and in this case it would be 0 because none need to be removed. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say let sorted equal, and excuse me, that's a typo right here. It should be R right there. Let sorted equal intervals dot sorted, and then what we're going to do is we're going to open up the brackets and we are going to say $0. Then we are going to open up the array brackets and put a 1. Then we're going to come over here, comma, and we are going to, not comma, excuse me, we're going to say less than. Then we're going to put a $1, and then we're going to open up the array brackets and put a 1 inside. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to declare another variable called count, and this is going to keep track of the amount of intervals that we removed. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to put end time. Declare another variable called end time, and we're going to set that equal to sorted. We're going to open up the array brackets, put 0. Come outside of that, open up the array brackets again and put 1. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say for I and 1 up to sorted.count. What we are going to do is we're going to say let cur equal sorted I. Then, so that's going to be for the current interval. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say if cur 0 is less than cur, is less than end time, then what we are going to do is we're going to say count plus equals 1, because that means that we have a overlap somewhere. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to say else. We're going to say end time equals cur 1, and we're just going to increment the end time, right? So then we're just going to come down here, bring it all together, and we are going to say return count, guys. And that's all she wrote. That should be all she wrote. Let's run it and keep our fingers crossed that that's all she wrote, guys. So let's see how it runs. And it's accepted. So let's submit it. Hopefully it gets accepted again, because you know how LeetCode is. You never know. And there it is, guys. 528 milliseconds beats 66.27% of users with Swift, guys. Not too bad at all. And don't forget, guys, so we're getting to the end of the LeetCode 75 portion. We have about 3 or 4 questions left, guys. So get excited about that. We're almost done with the LeetCode 75. So hope you guys are still motivated, and I hope I see you guys again tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. Peace.